finishing everything for the beta program that's going to be rolled out in a few days. 99% of the lessons are done, just finishing that up. But anyway, all that aside, what I want to talk about today, guys, is what you can be missing out on when you're just starting out and you're thinking, well, how can I get a book to succeed? Or how can I further improve the marketing of my book? And this came to me as an idea for today's video because there was this question in Sean Dulwett's publishing group on Facebook. And I thought to myself, well, wait a minute. You want to do this thing, but how will it really be perceived by the market? And let me pull this up right here. And hey, this is actually something asked by Alex Wong. So, bro, I'm not picking on you, okay? I'm not picking on you. I just want to share this. And I hope if you're watching this, and I'll probably link you to it, hope that you learn from this experience. So what I'm referring to is, let's get this whole cool production stuff going. All right. This is Sean Dulwett's Facebook group. And in here, Alex Wong is asking, guys, do you recommend scheduling a promo that runs through Thanksgiving Day? I want to run a 7-day promo for an old book. And the whole notion is that he can run a promo that can revive an old book. And why not run that promo through this weekend, through Thanksgiving weekend, where Black Friday occurs? And a lot of sales are actually occurring right now. I think I got an email from Best Buy 5 minutes ago telling me to buy. So I'm like, yeah, if it's a Kindle Countdown, sure, absolutely. And I'll talk about Kindle Countdowns in a bit. And then Alex responded, oh, that's a good idea. I was just planning to lower my book to 99 cents. I'm like, hold on, Alex. Wait a minute. Think about that. Think about that. If you just change the price of your book to 99 cents, your ebook, how will a customer know that's a promo? You're discounting it, yes, but how will your customer know that your book is discounted? How would they not think, well, maybe this was priced 99 cents all along. It's not really a deal. I'm like, okay, well, it's 99 cents. And the rationale I had was, well, Alex, how will customers know if lowering your book cost to 99 cents is a promo if they're seeing it for the first time? So imagine you're browsing around on Amazon. We'll do that example here. Screen sharing is a little difficult on this thing, I swear to gosh. But here we're on Amazon, right? And let's say we're browsing around. This is a great keyword, by the way. But let's say we're looking at, let's do paper airplanes. Yes, this is an actual keyword, but it's, yeah. We're just giving away keywords like crazy in this video already. But we're looking at paper airplanes, and I see that this is $15.99. Okay, so what if this was $25 yesterday and the publisher just updated the price today to $15.99? How would I know that this is being discounted from $25 and this is actually a great deal? I would assume that this has just been $15.99 all along, right? And hey, I mean, while we're here, let's just look at the keyword, right? So this is self-published, published last month, only has 2 reviews, doing really well. Okay, I like. This one is, wow, that's a killer. That's okay. Let's find another one self-published real quick. And then we're diverging a little bit from the lesson, but hey, who doesn't want free keywords up in this B? Let's see what we got here. Origami. All right, find me something self-published. Come on. All right, this one might take a little bit more research than we have time for on the stream right now. So you got to keep in mind, the customer doesn't know what you're doing if you're just updating the price. So with a Kindle Countdown, what you can do, and this is more so for ebooks. Does this have an ebook version? Okay, no. Let's look at Kindle ebooks. And I use countdowns quite often for ebooks that I sell a high volume of. Obviously, I'm in romance fiction where I sell ebooks like crazy. And And along with page reads, ebooks make up a decent part of the income. So Kindle countdowns are something that I use for my strategy. So a Kindle countdown will discount the retail price of your ebook, and it will show a price strike of some sort. So let's see if I can find one here. If not, I'll just have to narrate it. Okay, so it will price strike your book, and it'll say instead of this being $9.99, you're discounting it to $2.99, and then that could be a good way to push a promo for a book as you wish, because the customer with a Kindle countdown can clearly see that you're selling a book at a discount, and it is an actual limited time offer. Hey Juan, welcome to the channel. ¿Cómo está? Welcome to the channel. So keep that in mind. I think it's really easy on how to do a Kindle countdown. I shouldn't have to do a tutorial for that on stream, and I don't really want to access my account on stream right now. So if you keep thinking, and do this in general, I'm not just talking about Kindle countdowns. If you just focus on the customer experience in all aspects of the business, that can drive you towards making better decisions on what you publish for, what material you incorporate with the content of your book, what's going to stand out to your customer, what strong points does your book have, what weaknesses does your book have, what weaknesses do your competitors' book have that you can use for your new production, so that you can provide either an improved version of something that's existing, or you can play upon a concept and differentiate yourself from the market. So let me give you an example. Let's say I am looking, I'll just give this keyword away. I'll give this one away to you guys. Let's look at poker. I was looking at this today. So what I see here are poker books, right? This one's price strike. These two are running ads. So as I look, and by the way, these are self-published. Oh, this one's not. This one is. This one's a killer at retailing at $40. And as I look, what is the customer really focusing on when they are browsing through here? What causes someone to choose one book over the other? And there's going to be some things that don't coincide with what I'm saying right now. Like, this is some celebrity poker player, I assume. So let's discount that. But for people who want to learn poker, what are they looking for a book to solve? They're wanting to know how to learn technical analysis and basically learn the skills necessary to outplay opponents and make money. So poker is actually very technical. So those who are serious about poker focus more on like terms. Like, you got to know the math, like the pre-flop math, basically the math that occurs when you get your opening hand before the first three cards display on the table. And this covers how to learn and practice that along with EVs. So that's getting a little technical, but the customer is looking for how to focus on improving their technical analysis. So when you're looking at books like that, you see that they're doing well. If you then go to another book, like this one is this self-published? This one's kind of amateurish. Let's move on to another one. Like The Theory of Poker. Well, that's got it covered too, from 1999. That's a good one. Like Play Optimal Poker. Like, this is kind of broad for a description, and yes, it does sell well, but how well does the paperback do? Let's take a look. Paperback sells actually decently well. It's not moving slowly. It's decently well. But what you got to consider for a keyword related to poker is that people want to learn technical analysis along with like the actual math behind different hands and different combinations of hands in the table, rather than just like play optimal poker for game theory. Well, that's important and this will sell, and it does sell. When I look at this keyword, people want to know technical analysis, and that's what sells the most. And note this one is now the post flop. This is math that occurs that you got to calculate after the first three cards are laid down. This was published a week ago. Look at this, $50 for a book, and it's got a rank of 92,000. Oh my goodness. This is probably in color, I guess, but this thing probably sells like $20 per copy in terms of profit. That's a monster. But yeah, so you'd think to yourself, if I wanted to go in this keyword for poker, and I know people want technical analysis, this guy has pre-flop, and post-flop covered. How could you maybe come up with your own poker book if you wanted to do poker as a keyword and do well? Now, I'm not saying that you rip off someone's idea and just be a copycat, because that doesn't give you real longevity. And unless you come up with a book that's just drastically better than everyone else's, better than who you're copycatting, it's not going to work in the long term. In the short term, sure, but not in the long term. So what you could do is perhaps have a book that covers everything related to math in poker for pre-flop, post-flop, different things like who has, oh my gosh, I'm being put on the spot for poker terminology. Where's Sandro? I need his help. Who's got the marker? Just different positions on the table. Like if it just like said everything related to technical analysis, that'd be interesting for such a keyword. And yeah, if it advertises, it has all the calculations and formulas for like if you're heads up, 1v1 versus maybe 7 other people on a table, if it can articulate that as a value proposition, you can do that. And one thing I wanted to bring up too on this stream is that I don't use Publisher Rocket when I'm looking at a keyword that I want to publish for. Notice that? I always do my keyword research on the Amazon store. Because what you got to realize, guys, Publisher Rocket is awesome for being able to aggregate data quickly for a given keyword if you just want to get stats. But you can't do with Publisher Rocket is looking at the covers, looking at how everything is positioned on the store, what books are going to be considered before ahead of each other, based on just like the covers and reviews and how it all displays and how it all gets perceived by a customer. So I like to focus on the customer experience and say like, okay, my book needs to be in the first 2 slots for sponsored ads, but I really need a good cover to carry me, because man, these covers are actually pretty good. So I don't want to just outsource any shitty $5 cover from Fiverr. I want to come in strong with a great cover, and it's a must, because customers, when they see this keyword, they know, okay, these books are of quality. I got to bring up my quality game too as I'm going to publish for this keyword. So I just like to actually look at what's on the Amazon page to replicate what the customer is looking at when considering to buy a book. Like if I were just to look at these 2 books, and let's just pretend we don't know the rankings, just based on the cover and the title, which one are you more likely to buy? This poker workbook or this poker coach book with a spade on it? And I mean, sure, this is half the price, but man, if we're talking about learning to make money with poker, we're learning how to make money. That $15 difference is negligible considered to the potential thousands of dollars I could be profiting every year by learning how to play poker better. So I will just disregard the price difference and go to this book. And I would assume if I asked 100 people which book they would want to buy, I think that I would just guess that the majority, at least maybe 60 out of 100 people, would choose the first book. And what influences that is the cover. The cover is just better. It seems more comprehensive on what you're going to learn, and it just looks more technical. This one, I mean, I'm sure it sells well. It sells okay, but it's like kind of bland, and yeah, it's artsy, but it doesn't look as informative as the first one, you know? So that's why you always got to replicate the customer experience and just see what they're seeing. If you want to troubleshoot why a book sells or why a book doesn't sell, don't just rely on analytical tools. They're great, but you got to know their limitations and see what the customer sees. Hey, did I get paid out for ACX for September? Yeah, I got paid out. I don't I don't get late payments from ACX. They always pay me on time. So I got paid at the end of October. I know I have friends that had delays with their payments. I'll be honest, I don't make a lot from ACX. I don't make $10,000 from ACX like Sean Delwet does or some other folks. But I would assume there might be two reasons why there's delays with payments. Either number one, you're doing shady shit. You're doing shady shit. So maybe you use tens of thousands of promo codes, and it's now gonna maybe come to bite you in the ass. Maybe you're doing the free trial scandal thing that's going on. I don't even know how to articulate how that works, but it's the new hot thing with black hatters. Or number two is that you just make a lot of money with ACX and everything needs more verification. So I guess it's like a little bit of a pat on the back for making a lot of money, but either there are flags on your account related to like your AL sales versus so on and so on because of promo codes or whatever you're doing, or you're just making a lot and it's going through more scrutiny before you get paid out. But I don't do shady shit with my ACX business, and I don't make a lot from ACX. I'm very forthcoming about that fact. I have nothing to lie about that. So, and then when I say I don't make a lot, I mean I don't make a six-figure income just from ACX. How many audiobooks have I sold? I almost want to look here, but I know I've sold at least 6,000 audiobooks in my lifetime and at least 200 bounties. I'm probably closer to 7,000 at this point. But anyway, that's what I really want to talk about, guys. I am actually pretty burnt out. I've been playing around with other things. I'll show you guys something for fun. This is probably something I shouldn't share, but I'll share it. So I shouldn't be doing this, but this is my trading account for stocks. I was just messing around today and call it beginner's luck, but I made $1,200 today just from doing some day trading. And here's the proof that this is real. So aside from doing Kindle publishing and also working on my new program, which is almost finished for the beta version, I've been playing around with some stocks too. So this helped cover the oil change for today's transaction and some food. So yeah, I'm happy with that. Do you guys have any questions before I sign off? I got to keep working. I am honestly really burnt out. I'm pushing myself too hard, but I got to finish the program and I'll just take Saturday off. I'll probably just like sleep for the whole day or something before I crash. So any questions? I'll stay on for another minute, check how things are. I know there's a lot of you watching here. I have the stats. Ask your questions. You'll get answers. You ask a good question, I'll even stay on for a little longer. All right, I'm just going to browse then for a little bit. Got to make sure I'm not sharing my other screen. Let's look through stuff. All right. Proving a cover here. Cool. All right, guys. I think I'm going to sign this off. What's up, Big Slick? Don't know exactly who you are, Mr. Slick, but maybe you can message me on Facebook. Introduce yourself. Good chance I know you. A little bit of a chance I don't. But yeah. All right. If you guys didn't catch the replay, you'll be able to immediately after this finishes. This was live on YouTube and on Facebook. Add me on Facebook if you haven't met me already. I do a lot of action there. Big Slick, what do I think of low content? I think low content's great. Q4, it's Q4. This is the best time of the year to be selling low content. Low content was something that played a big role in for me to be able to quit my job, my full-time white collar corporate almost six-figure job. I had the fidget spinner book, the yo-yo book, some other guides, and while it doesn't make up a big part of my income anymore, it's still something that contributes. And all it takes is one good low content book to change your life. I'm serious. You can ask so many people, whether it's Alex Jordan, Allison, Brian. I mean, you can ask so many people in the community. You know, out of 10 books that might do okay or just don't pop off, if you have one book in Q4 that pops off, it can literally change your life. So I don't care what anyone else says about Q4 if they have a negative opinion on it. I've been told that other course gurus teaching Kindle publishing say that they don't want to waste their time on it. Those people don't really publish or don't know much about publishing, even if they sell a course on it. Just saying. So low content's great. It's a great avenue to get started with publishing as well if you don't have a lot of capital. Because if you have the time and you have the expertise and competency to design your books, you can actually design your books with Canva, with Photoshop, if you know Photoshop, and with other tools. So low content's great. What's the difference between okay and life-changing? So my standards are kind of skewed, and I'm not trying to be cocky or arrogant. I know everyone's got different backgrounds. So life-changing is like a book that just makes, one book that makes 3,000 to 5,000 every month. Just one book is making you a full-time living every month. Like, that's crazy. And people are doing it. I have clients that are doing it. So I consider that to be life-changing. I consider a book to be making 1,000 a month to be extremely successful. I mean, let's be real here. I don't care if you're a millionaire. Who doesn't want to make an extra 1,000 a month, right? I mean, that's a good portion of someone's rent. That's going to cover your bills, your car payment. Like, get real, people. Like, 1,000 a month it's a big deal. All right. I mean, if you don't want 1,000 a month, I'll pocket it because I sure as hell could use it to squander. So yeah, and when I say okay, something that's kind of slow in picking up sales, like let's say you spent $1,000 to make a book and it takes 6 months to make that $1,000 back. I mean, you were in the hole for 6 months, but it's making another steady 100 a month for a little while longer. It's okay. I mean, as long as you don't lose money on your book during the duration it's published, I consider it to be like okay or even a success. It's only when you lose money on a production that you did a bad job. And yeah, I'll be honest, with my Python programming series of books, I did 4 books. Back then, it only cost me $2,200, but it took me, 9 months to hit my ROI. But after that, I ended up publishing the audiobook versions and the bundle, and that boosted things up. But okay to me is like something that takes 6 months to make your money back on. I am right, though. Well, thank you. I would like to think that I'm right on most things. And if I'm wrong, let me know and why. I'm a pretty open-minded guy. I'll listen to why I'm wrong. And yeah, unless it's about low content. Low content's good. It's worthwhile. It needs to be taught. You need to learn how to do it. And anyone who says that all of low content is a waste of time is a fucking idiot. Fucking idiot. All right, last question. What are the easier way for advertising? That's a little bit of a vague question, if I may be honest. One of the most immediate and effective ways to sell a book is to use Amazon ads so that you're running ads for your book on the platform where people are going to buy your book and search for it. Amazon ads are great. I think that's the easiest way to get started with selling books. I always preach this, and people think that free, but I've said this. You also want to be able to advertise off the Amazon platform. So if it's like building up a Facebook group and then you promote your book every couple days or every couple times a week, that can make a difference for your launch and for getting reviews. If you have an Instagram account that's pretty popular, you can build that up and promote your book. Anything with social media where you can audience, even anything with an email list that you can build over time, you can use to get sales and get reviews for upon launch. Do I think a book can succeed without advertising at all? If this were 2017 and 2018, I would say hell yeah, it's definitely possible. And I'm sure there's probably a few cases this year where you're going to have some books that succeed without advertising. But what I'll tell you is that you're at a disadvantage if you're not advertising your book, even with Amazon ads. So, I mean, there's just so many more publishers over the last 2 years that have gotten into this business. Publishers have gotten smarter. And you've got some people that do a really great job of producing good work for keywords that make money. So if you don't have the visibility for your books, you're just shooting yourself in the foot. And in fact, I would ask you, why are you not running ads? Unless you're like maybe in Italy and you're having to pay VAT for Amazon ads and you don't have an LLC or LTD yet. Like, okay, I get that. But you need to run ads of some sort. Otherwise, it's going to be just harder to succeed. I'm not saying it's impossible, but you're just making it harder on yourself to succeed with selling your book if you're not using advertising. Mr. the Dolo Giovanni, welcome to the channel. Glad to have you on and always grateful to be your friend, man. Thanks for signing on. So this has become somewhat of a Q&A. That's cool. Let's see, what time is it in my time zone? It is almost 3 o'clock. Whew. I'm actually burnt out for the first time in a while. But I need to get some things done. My program is going to have its first draft done in a few days, hopefully by Thursday. What is today? Wednesday? Yeah, by tomorrow or Friday at the latest. So, and of course, I'm stressing myself out with stocks, but it's been worth it. I'm up 23,000 now. But yeah, guys. All right. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Otherwise, I will be back on tomorrow and we will do this all over again. So until then, guys, take care.